Hello friends, welcome back to our lecture series. In this video, we are going to discuss about various IoT development boards, 4-level IoT architecture, and IoT building blocks. Starting with IoT development boards, there are various development boards that are used for development of your IoT application. Starting with first one is Raspberry Pi, which is your microprocessor based IoT device, which contains various ports required to connect your additional hardware. Second IoT development board is Arduino board, which will work on single cable that is going to be connected to your existing computer system. Arduino is there. Third one is your PC Duino. It is another IoT development board that is used for IoT application development. Then BeagleBone Black is also IoT development board, out of which first two, that is your Raspberry Pi and Arduino, are most popularly used, and other are not that much popular. Then moving towards the 4-layer IoT architecture. This IoT architecture has 4 layers. Like first one is your perception layer. In this perception layer, there are some hardware components or hardware devices like cameras, various robots, machines, sensors, and smart meters. These hardware devices or these components are connected to your network, and they are going to generate some kind of data which is received at your IoT development board. Further, IoT development board will going to process those data generated in this perception layer, and that data is forwarded for further processing part. This is happening in case of your first layer, that is perception layer. Whereas second layer is transport layer. Whatever data is generated in perception layer, that data is transmitted over the network from perception layer to server or cloud with the help of this transport layer, where data is transmitted from one location to another location with the help of network, and that network is going to be established with the help of different routing devices, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or various types of transmission media. This is the second layer of your IoT architecture, that is transport layer. Whereas third layer is processing layer, where when the data is generated at perception layer, that data is treated as your raw data, and that raw data needs to be processed, which is processed in your third layer, that is your processing layer. Various web services, data centers, or cloud platforms are going to be used to process this different kind of data generated in your perception layers. And the fourth layer and last layer is your application layer, where actual IoT applications have been developed or they are deployed, like your smart health system is there, smart home, smart city, or smart grid. Likewise, so many IoT applications are there. They are relying on application layer of your IoT architecture, that is layer number 4. So these are the 4 layers of your IoT architecture: perception layer, transport layer, processing layer, and application layer. Moving towards the IoT building blocks, this IoT building blocks is comprises of various devices like end devices, gateways, network infrastructure, and cloud infrastructure. If you observe the arrows between these various building blocks, you can see that all the devices are bidirectional in nature. That means it will going to generate the data, means it will going to send the data as well as it will going to receive the data. So starting with sensors or actuators, these sensors and actuators are treated as end devices which are responsible for generating the environment conditions or actual data generated at end devices. They are transmitted to network infrastructure or cloud infrastructure with the help of various gateways and network devices. So these gateways and network infrastructure is responsible for transmitting the data generated by sensors to various data storage units or cloud infrastructure. So sensor will going to generate the data or actuator will going to generate the data. That data is transmitted from end device to cloud infrastructure with the help of various gateways. These gateways are responsible for establishing the connection between end devices and cloud infrastructure with the help of this network infrastructure. This network infrastructure will going to decide whether there will be a wireless network or it will have wired network. On the basis of nature of your IoT application, network infrastructure will going to decide the nature of network, whether it will be wired or wireless architecture. So this is basic building block diagram of IoT application, where there are various end devices, gateways, network infrastructure, and cloud infrastructure. Data generated with the help of sensor is going to store at data centers or cloud for further processing purpose or further analysis purpose. This is the journey of data generated at end devices and up to the processing or analysis of data with the help of your IoT application. Thank you.